My name is Patrick Sheridan, and I play guitar for a band called Fit for an Autopsy. I guess we fall into the death metal, extreme metal, deathcore kind of category. It's definitely heavy and aggressive, lots of heavy right-hand stuff. I mean, the truth of the matter is that I'm not some stellar, crazy guitar player. I'm not some super shredder guy. I have to work really hard to write and to play the music that I play, but I feel like I'm very good at tone. Tone is something that I've been able to really apply myself to, and I'm a gear nerd and a tone chaser 100%. So I spend a lot of time with different products, testing things, seeing what I like, pickups, pedals, all different facets of what we do. I'm looking for an aggressive tone, something that, sounds like a chainsaw on a 55-gallon drum, but still has a little bit of roundness to it and cuts through naturally. Stuff that doesn't sound too forced, things that kind of fit the sound of what I'm going for, but still make me sound like a guitar player and not like a program. And that's really important to me. That's why when I, stumbled across the Fishman stuff, I kind of snapped my neck a little bit, because I've been struggling with the right pickup and the right sound and the right feel for so long, and something that does take my heavy right hand and apply it to the tone that I'm playing. And I just feel like these pickups have given my right hand the ability to breathe. All the picking comes through, everything stands out, there's nothing to hide behind, but you still get that push and power. The first time I heard about the Fishman product was through Will Putney, who is a guitar player and the main writer for Fit for an Autopsy. Him and I sat down one day, and I think he had them put in a Jim Root telly. He was saying that he had just recorded the Stray from the Path record or something, and that he fell in love with them, and then the guys from For Today switched over because they really liked them, and a bunch of people were kind of digging on them, so I kept hearing about them, and then ran into my good friend Mr. Ken Susi on a tour that we did with Unearth, and him and Buzz are both using them, and I got a chance to experience them with a little bit of a lower tuning, a little bit more music of my liking. I really kind of fell for him at that point, and then Ken threw a set in one of my guitars, and that was it. And one thing that I really like about the pickups, and that I really feel is important, is the consistency of the tone. You don't lose tone switching from guitar to guitar. You're getting that rich tone, that heavy tone, that clarity that these pickups provide in a real way. There's a couple of really cool things that I never even realized that I was lacking until I tried the pickups. Number one, latency. There's no wait. The second you touch those strings, you have tone. It's so fast. The signal zips through the guitar. It's almost it's something that you don't really realize until you have something that doesn't do it. That's number one. Number two, I've never really been an active pickup kind of guy. I like the roundness of, full tone sound of a passive pickup and a little bit of that grittiness, but I've always felt like there wasn't enough output out of any pickup that I've ever used, and I feel like the Fishman give you that tone that you're looking for as far as the push, and that active push where there's just, it's there and it's heavy and it's thumpy and there's no emptiness, but they give you that roundness too. And for all the people that are afraid to use the active pickup and afraid to switch over to that, once you pop that tone knob and switch the voicing, it becomes almost like there's a set of passive pickups with the extra push in there. You're not gonna miss that passive pickup thing that you think you're gonna miss. These pickups definitely do that job. And the cool thing is you can reverse the pot, the push-pull, so you can have that passive tone all the time, and then when you say you want to use it as a boost for a solo, or change your tone a little bit just in the guitar without having to use a pedal, you can pop that, and instantly you now have that sharper, more modern tone away from the passive pickup. So there's a lot of different options that I didn't even realize were available, or even technologically available, until using these pickups. In the past, I've always had issues with little things on the road. I'm pretty hard on my guitars, even though they don't look it. I definitely baby them as far as trying not to beat them up, but I play hard, water all over my guitars, problems with just about everything every day. And I'm not going to say that it's impossible to have a problem, but I haven't yet. They've been standing up on tour, they sound great every night, and I'm a big fan of the lithium battery. in the back where you plug it in, charge it, you get, I think, 150 to 200 hours, depending on how many pickups you have in your guitar and you're running at the current time. And there's no thought about a battery or any of that bullshit, but it's such an interesting convenience to not have to worry about those sort of things, to not have to worry about, is the battery good, is it gonna work? Because, you know, is there a store around that sells 9-volt batteries while I'm in the middle of Kentucky somewhere playing in some small shop club? Like, you don't have to worry about that. You literally, you know, take a micro USB, plug it into the wall, and boom, you charge your guitar for a couple of hours, and, you know, then you have hours and hours of playtime. So I really feel like Fishman as a whole is moving forward with technologies that have never been available before and doing things that have never even been thought of. You know, I'm really lucky to work with a company like this, and I want to thank all the guys, you know, at the company for giving me a shot and letting me work with them on a product that's so interesting and cool. And like, if you spend a little time with them, put the time in and take a chance at checking out what they do, I don't see any reason why the average person wouldn't love this pickup. They're right on point.